We are brought to you today by Showcase Cinemas Deluxe. Right now, Mortal Kombat is in theaters, and we were live from inside the theater for all-day coverage of the film on April 23rd. Make sure to get out and support your local theaters now. See these larger-than-life movies the way they were intended, on the largest screen possible. Showcase offers X+, which is their large premium format theater. Not only do you see and hear the film, but you become a part of it as well. Find out where your local Showcase Cinemas is by heading to their website, www.showcasecinemas.com. Again, that's www.showcasecinemas.com, or by clicking the link in the description below. Remember, be Showcase safe. Showcase has implemented several protocols to ensure that your focus remains on the film, not on the pandemic, including new ventilation systems in each theater to ensure proper airflow, sanitizer on every wall, and so much more. Enjoy the movie the way it was meant to be, with a night out to the theater.
Redemption you seek, find the third box, synchronize the unity, and when this world is scorched, I will come for my great prize. You will come to Earth. I have turned 100,000 worlds to dust, looking for anti-life, looking for those who robbed me of my glory. I will stride across their bones and bask in the glow of anti-life. And all of existence shall be mine.
Literally.
Dude, what an intro. Oh my God. I feel like I should do something after that. I gotta say, I feel really lame right now. After all of that, I'm like, hi.
Hey.
What a great intro, man. Well done.
Yeah. I was looking for a certain a way to, I wanted it to like to take our usual intro and like I wanted to be able to break it. But it just didn't work the way I wanted it.
No, man, it was great.
But yeah, but I
very cool.
Man, that scene, the when you talk about striving, my Lord, I was quoting that one for a while after that was like it was so intimidating.
It's such a great image. I mean, it's such great words to say. First of all, it's I harp on this probably too much, but feels like classical theater to me. It feels like an old verse or something.
Yeah.
The way that it was written, and it's just wonderful having those words in your mouth, and you get to luxuriate and it's what a treat to be able to say those words. Very fun.
I mean, we got to talk a little bit before.
Yes.
Before, but I mean, seeing it come to life after hearing about it for so long, and like and knowing that you were out there somewhere with these great moments. I mean, how did it feel to like finally like come face to face with what you knew was there?
It was incredible. I was very proud and I was very blown away. I mean, when I got to see the whole film, obviously I was just glorying in Zach's work and Ray's work and everybody in the cast, but also thinking about how quickly the VFX artists were able to make so much in such a short amount of time, this gargantuan effort, and it looked so incredible. And you know, when my scenes came up, it was just like, oh man,
Yeah.
you know, to see it all put together like that was absolutely incredible. And
Very.
with all of the effects that are on the voice, you know, and there are, we still sound like us. Kieran still sounds like Kieran, and Peter does, and I do, and it was really an incredible experience. I got to see it in IMAX.
I was literally watching you on you were the first guest on Liz Wonder.
Yes.
And you
I think I
said
had
it.
just seen it at that point.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
because IMAX is me and IMAX are tight. Where we're like,
You and IMAX get along really well, do you?
really,
cool.
really,
All right.
we're just a dynamic duo, and I was super jealous because, of course, the situation that unfolded,
Yes, of course,
just wasn't optional. But I mean, IMAX is known for not only their gigantic screens, right?
Right.
And in our ad read for Showcase, we talk about, you know, seeing these larger than life characters the way they're meant to be, truly. Not on your, they're not really meant to be on the TV. I mean, yes, they are in a way, but you're supposed to experience it in the theater mainly. Like that's the way that Zach always wants you to see it and stuff. So how was that? Like, I mean,
well, it was incredible. I mean, obviously to see that, you know, all that amazing visual art, and to see all of those great performances, you know, that big was wonderful. Although I have to say, I came away, hello, Cameron. I came away, happy because visually, yeah, it was huge and it was enormous. And it was like, you know, they told us when we went, because it was at the IMAX headquarters, they were like, you want to sit pretty far back.
Yeah.
And I realized, you know, it's like, it's better to see the movie than to wear it. And so, you know, I'm just sitting there and watching the whole thing. But I have to say, having watched the film on my TV here at home, I went and bought a new TV because Ray Fisher told me to.
Yeah.
Yes. So I followed his orders, and I hope he doesn't call me to buy any other major appliances. But I saw it on that, and you know, visually it was incredible. I mean, a lot of it I think has to do not only with Zach's artistry in constructing an image and constructing a shot, but also that aspect ratio, the famous aspect ratio that everybody was talking about. But seeing it even on a smaller screen than IMAX, it was still as visually satisfying. For me, the big difference in seeing it in IMAX was the sound.
The sound.
And when I heard
unmatched
my voice coming through those speakers and just like rumbling the earth, that was pretty special. That was pretty cool.
Because like I said, I'm a big IMAX person.
Yeah.
And what I find, they have this, there's specifically an IMAX in North Reading, Massachusetts. It's one of 8 theaters in the world with the capabilities that it has. And it's in some back alley town in Massachusetts, right? The other ones are in like Dubai and luxurious places like that.
Good for Reading, Massachusetts.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the IMAX I go to. And,
nice.
And it's dual 4K laser. The screen is the size of the Green Monster in
wow.
Yeah. It's not as long, but it's as tall. It's
incredible.
But you're right. If you sit in the first 2 rows, your neck.
Yeah, no, you're painted to the screen essentially.
Like you have to actively look like across. It's pretty bad. I don't know why they created those first 2 rows, but yeah, ticket
I think
sales.
there's probably some people that prefer it that way, and bless them, that's what they like.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look, there's a difference.
Yeah.
Before, after.
After.
Yeah.
And you know, you really have been keen on, well, not keen, I don't think that's the right word, but you have been particularly nice about how you go about talking about the two different variations. And I do find that really respectful.
Well, you know, I understand, and I've certainly read some rather colorful statements from people
Yeah.
on the daily, pretty much, about
Mhm.
various things,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
I am not. I don't feel like, first of all, I'm in a position to really speak authoritatively about the 2017 release. I didn't see it for personal reasons.
Of
You
course.
know, I didn't see it. Um, I know that people weren't happy, and I've seen enough images to understand why people weren't happy. But yeah, I don't know. It's okay to say that you prefer something else without negating the thing that came before it, I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I don't know. I just try to
I
be try to be as polite as possible about these things.
I agree. I agree
You know?
completely. I mean, I just don't like, I don't like that. I mean, they re-released the 2017
Yeah.
version 4K trailer with shots from
It
Zach's movie.
it
Just
seemed a little, yeah, I was scratching my head on that one.
just
Um
yeah, I think that's just
I
really
was
weird.
I was yeah, it seemed a bit, yeah, excessive.
Yeah.
I'll leave it
But
at that.
we'll leave it at that. Enough about that heaping, great film that is that. But I wanted to ask you, play a little game almost that.
Okay.
So this is gonna be like, so now I'm gonna be talking to Darkseid.
Okay.
Okay.
All
So
right.
so you're gonna put your Darkseid not voice on. You don't have to do that, go out like that. But I mean you
Here.
get there he is.
I'm ready. Mer.
um So when you come on the screen, when you come
Yes.
on the screen, you have a certain presence about you,
Yes.
and it's something sinister, but it's also something very pure. Um, when you what are your motivations towards? Because you have a really interesting dynamic between you and Steppenwolf
Mm.
in particular. So do you feel pity for him,
Oh, no,
or
absolutely.
or did you give him an unattainable task?
I didn't give him an unattainable task. Um, he displayed his weakness to me, and he has an opportunity to disprove that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because when there's certain, like at the end of that, like the intro that I just used,
Yes.
you in particular, there's a very powerful thing about Darkseid like, so it takes a full Justice League to take Steppenwolf on, or to and you crush his head with your foot.
Yes.
And it's a very 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 powerful display. And I mean, why wouldn't Darkseid have walked through the boom tube at the end? Was he not
Oh,
ready? Was he not ready to take on a fully assembled
um,
Justice League?
no, clearly. I mean, you know, beforehand, Steppenwolf said there were no protectors around. There were no lanterns, and there were no Kryptonians. Like so many other things, Steppenwolf got that wrong. Looking through the boom tube, and I see there's a Kryptonian there in
Right.
addition to everyone else. Yeah, we'll bring an armada.
I love that, by the way. That was great. And then you're hey, I do have a question, and
Yeah.
this may be actually for you this time.
Okay.
How did you guys forget where?
Yes, this comes up a lot.
Okay, how did you guys forget where the anti-life equation was? You
Yeah,
can't
no, I
lose
know.
that.
No, I know. I know. You'll notice Darkseid also doesn't carry a wallet because he lost that as well, and his keys are God knows where. Um, so he's constantly missing appointments. You know, he's really, I mean, you know, God of every possible universe takes up a lot of time. It's easy to
Yeah.
forget particulars. Anyway, on that whole thing with the anti-life equation and all of that, I think it was Zach who spelled it out for someone, and I thought it was really good. Essentially, those mother boxes are a little like a GPS that when they are together, they show where anti-life is, and they, you know, when he gets yes, when he gets, oh, you do, I'll be right over. Anyway, so like, you know, when what happens to Uxas, which is, you know, thousands of years ago,
Right.
Everything's kind of lost. I mean, the mother boxes are left behind. He's clearly almost killed by what happens. You know, we're talking thousands of years, hundreds of thousands, millions of worlds conquered. I mean, obviously, anti-life has always been the great goal, but I don't know. As an audience member, I can see why he would lose track or lose exactly which world in which universe had anti-life, particularly because he's been separated from the mother boxes at that time.
Right. So that's what I was watching, and that's what I kind of came to the conclusion was. I mean, there's not a lot of beings that can put Darkseid on his backside, and I feel like that put him off, or put you off your game, and it surprised you in a way. And then, you know, you're dragged out by your people, and you wake up and you're like, you know, who knows whether it was a day, 2 days, maybe a couple weeks you were out.
Well, you know, there's all that time in physical therapy afterwards too. You know, I mean, no, you know, first of all, it's Uxas at that point, even though Wonder Woman says, you know, Darkseid, it is Uxas at that point. He's not coming to his full strength yet.
Yes.
And the old gods defeat him. Obviously. I think that, you know, at some point in this long, incredibly huge and intricate saga, he has subsumed the old gods and has come into his power and come into his strength, and is now ready to, you know, I think honestly, the whole anti-life and assembling the mother boxes was the mistake of a much younger god.
Much younger.
I think Uxas was a little too eager and overreached. And I think enough time goes by, we get, you know, we grow into Darkseid, and then I think he's ready. But I think it was just a bit too early, honestly.
Understood. That completely makes sense.
But again, listen, I'm not speaking ex cathedra, and I'm sure there is at least 5 or 6 people right now listening who are far more knowledgeable about this than I am, and could go on and on and on and probably educate me on it as well. That's just my own sort of opinion based on the things that I've read and this stuff. I am by no means an encyclopedia of knowledge of this stuff, and there are encyclopedias out there.
Like
just go on Twitter, dude. Yes,
Scott is literally
Scott. So many other people too, you know, and I see these conversations come up, and I'm scouring them, trying to like learn some of it, but it's almost impossible to grasp.
Very much
because the stories have gone off in so many different directions and concatenations, and it's great.
Scott kind of captured it in your talk with him and Liz, where he's like, no matter what I say, someone would be able to contradict it with some other story, because comic books, that's what they do, is they over time they contradict each other. There's so many different ones. Honestly,
I think the best stories often do.
Often, very much.
You'll hear people arguing over classical literature in much the same way.
Yeah. One last question for Darkseid in particular before I bring a friend in.
Okay.
So you're looking through the boom tube.
Yes.
And you're looking at the fully assembled League and a Superman in a black suit. By the way, I mean, Henry looking absolutely beautiful, if you ask me.
Oh,
and this guy,
about his eyes. Yeah. Something about his eyes.
Yeah. And so Darkseid's first appearance is actually in a Superman. Well, it was actually Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen.
That's right.
Remember, like at 130 something or something like that. And it was in the 70s. Is Superman who you're waiting? Like, do you find him a challenge, and maybe that's exciting?
I think to a degree, yes. I also think, honestly, I mean, and this is just my own opinion. I will come for my great prize, which obviously is anti-life, but wouldn't also subjugating the Kryptonian and getting him on my side also be a prize
Oh my God,
as
yes.
well?
Oh my God, yes.
And it's that great sort of unmaking.
Yeah.
And I think that's, a goal as well. I mean, the fact that seems to be so easy about, frying the girlfriend and then coming over and like, no, man, it's a drag. Wow, I'm really sorry that happened. Why don't you
Oh
come
my
with me?
God. Oh my God. But dude, that is the scariest moment when he
Yeah.
just puts his hand on him. I'm like, and if you look really closely at Henry, I know everything with the editing, maybe that,
Mhm.
but regardless, if you see the way Henry's expression changes at the moment, it's almost like
There's a little
something comes
shift.
over him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really dark, really dark.
Very much
But
so.
so you did me a favor for a certain stream that we did. It was the appreciation
Oh.
for the Snyder cut and everything it's done. And I figured you popped in. So I spoke to Allison, and
Yay.
so
Hello,
Allison's
friend.
definitely here. And
How's it
Hello,
going?
like my hoodie. Good.
Yeah,
How are you
man.
doing?
I'm all studio boy today. Look at you.
That's
You're
excellent.
you're rocking the right shirt, man.
I
How's it going?
was like, oh, I finally got it. I'm gonna wear it. Yay. I ordered it too late, and then it came, and then yeah. Anyway, I think I got it the next day after the last time we did this.
You're like me. It was like when it was finally leaked that I was doing this role, and suddenly I had all this attention. I was like, I got to get some merch.
I gotta have all the stuff. Yeah.
I gotta have all the stuff. So I went on Amazon and found a Lego Darkseid and was like,
That's
la, la, la,
awesome.
and
yeah, I'd been just quietly admiring everything, but didn't want to accidentally say something. You know what I mean? Yeah.
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I hear, and I haven't heard it yet because I'm waiting. I haven't watched the first 15 minutes. I'm going to wait to watch the whole damn thing, but I'm very much looking forward to a certain person's version of an Elvis song.
Yes.
So
many secrets. Many secrets.
I know. You got to come out too. Isn't it fun to come out on Twitter and be like, I did this thing?
I know. And again, and I'm being maybe overly cautious because it'd be like, oh, I don't want to retweet this right now because maybe I don't know. I don't know what to do. But
yeah. You don't want to burn that bridge anytime soon.
And I don't want to ruin anything for anybody and spoiler any, that kind of stuff and all the fun surprises and stuff. But it's just I want to all this Richard Cheese content. So now I can. And I'm Barb and Star. It's so good. Yeah. Zombies.
Well, there's that funny nervousness. I know, right when it was announced that the cut was going to be coming out, I said to someone, I hope I'm still in it, after all of this buildup and everything. And then before the actual release of the film, I was nervous as hell because I was like, what if I suck? What if the fans hate me? What if I'm a disappointment? I've gotten all of this amazing, wonderful love from these people, and I'm so grateful. And there's been all this expectation. What if I suck?
I felt the same. I felt a similar way.
Twitter followers just crater,
they're like,
yeah.
It wasn't like that at all. You're amazing.
Nice, dude. You're in the movie. Okay, bye. Just gone. I was like,
I didn't really know until sort of close to that release because I recorded that quite close. But then I was like, oh my gosh, what if I go back and do it again and it sucks? Oh no.
It's terrible.
Yeah, same
you and I both know live performance. You know how you're doing, immediately. If things are going okay or not.
Or not.
With this, you do it and you have to wait months, and hopefully it's okay.
I thought it felt okay. Like I feel pretty good, but I don't know. And then time passes.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
but,
how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm doing fine. I'm just, watching all of the strange things going on recently in Hollywood, which is interesting. But I'm very much looking forward to Army of the Dead.
I haven't seen it. It's where I live. It's not in theaters, so I'm waiting until Friday myself. So Netflix.
Yeah.
Super
Netflix.
pissed.
It's gonna be Netflix.
Yeah. Super aggravated.
Yeah.
I was sort of little bit hoping it might come to St. John's, which is an 8-hour drive, but I would have done it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's one of our employees, not really, we don't pay him. But one of the kids that
noted,
one of the kids that works,
like a really great workplace, dude.
That intern kid, but he got to see it, and he was just blown away by what Zach was able to do with the zombie genre, because the zombie genre has for some time been a certain thing, and he said that Zach came in and just shook it all up, and
awesome.
Good.
Rolled it out and said, now top that. So I'm really excited. But I mean, what was it like to now work again with Zach for something else?
So funny story. This actually came first. We were working on this for quite a while. And it was so much fun.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense, honestly. Now that you say that.
Yeah, so oh gosh. Well, I got my favorite thing. Hi, Austin, the intern.
Yeah, how's it going, man?
One of my favorite things, and I said this to Zach because I found it so funny. This is like pre-COVID times, because I was still going to the gym. Anyway, so I was at the gym and I got a call on my phone, and it was like Netflix. I was like, scam caller. I guess or like a survey of some kind. So I answered, and it was Netflix, and they're like, do you have a moment? I was like, yes. And I just kind of closed myself into the change room and found out about what I was doing. And then while we were working on it back and forth, indeed it was COVID. So I actually recorded that in my living room and spare bedroom, which is pretty fun too. But anyways, long story short, which is what
I did the I've walked across 100, I was straight across their bones. I did it right here.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So much has happened there.
Yes. Yeah. It was awesome. Like, Alison, your voice is absolutely incredible, and you did amazing. We Las Vegas.
Thank you, Austin. That's so nice. It was a lot of fun.
You know how many people you intimidated right from that very chair, Ray?
Like so many.
I got to see, I think we all did, but I got to see it early, and I knew I only had a certain amount of time with the film, but I kept rewind, like bringing it back and playing that one interaction with Steppenwolf and Darkseid over and over and over.
Well, I had a lot of help. I mean, it's, I remember early in acting school, there was this illustration with a teacher, asked somebody to go sit in a chair, and they were like, okay, be a king. And you watch this poor actor struggle to like strike regal poses, and all of this. He said, do you believe him? And nobody did. And he went, great. And he pulled 5 people from the audience. He said, go kneel in front of him. You don't do anything. Do you believe he's a king now? Yes. And it's because it's everything else. So you have that investiture of the parademons kneeling, and Steppenwolf's like, why are you guys kneeling? What's going on? And then
what's happening?
And then that music comes up as it comes through it was the greatest entrance ever.
It's awesome. It's like, it's changing.
Yeah. By the way, that was my voice audition for Steppenwolf. I don't know why I didn't get the job. No Kryptonians are here. It's very toxic here. It's very nice. I like it. Darkseid will love this.
Well, golly, I'm Steppenwolf.
I will acquaint you with your fears. It's like, no.
Are you scared?
When I saw when I saw the parademons landing and getting down, I was like, no way.
You knew something was happening, and then
Yeah.
that music, man, Junkie XL's music comes up.
Man,
It was yeah, it's very fun. Very fun.
He's another person I would love to talk to.
Man, he's so much
Absolutely.
fun to work with as well. Like
Oh.
just in the creation of stuff, it's just such a
I actually have a music question. I've been meaning to ask this.
Yeah.
There is a piece of music in. Thank you very much. Sandy. I appreciate that. In one of the previews, the music that's underneath it, it's got that great descending synthesizer, and then incredible music. What actually is the title of that piece of music? I'm racking my brain trying to figure out what that music was.
Part of the score.
You know the music I'm talking about, right? With
I can't think of it right now. My brain
man,
is.
Yeah. The slip is and then you hear this piano. And all
yes,
of
I
this
do know.
stuff. What is that?
It's part of the score as well, right? Is that right?
I don't know. I've listened through the score.
I think it might be.
I've got to dig deeper because I've been looking for that piece of music.
Wait, is it?
I can think of the sound that you're saying, and I'm trying to.
You know the one I'm talking about, right? That kind of Blade Runner synthesizer descent.
I think that's not part of the score. For some reason, I think that's.
I don't know.
Maybe
I wonder if he did something specifically for.
Might have done.
Maybe
it wasn't you, is what you're saying.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. No.
Yeah, you're big into electronica. Listening to your back catalog, you and electronica are like this.
I have a secret love of, and it's not a secret because I'm talking about it, but like I love robot sounds. I'm trying to think of a better, but like
no, I get it. I love it. I love it too,
like
even
Skrillex,
though I'm just, yes,
like mechanical sounds,
yes.
and I'm not 100% sure how to make them.
The
I have
soundtrack is something that I adore, all that stuff. I love it too. But I'm limited to that wooden box with strings on it.
It wasn't me,
Shaggy. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
That's what it was.
Thanks
so much.
So I think I said this. I don't remember if I said it to you, or tagged you in it. But I rewatched the Snydercut, and I got to the end, and because I have a really nice setup with like a great surround sound here, and I got to the final finality of it, and it literally brought like a tear to my eye.
Yeah, I saw it in IMAX. It is the most raw, most vulnerable cry to the heavens. I mean, it's everything you'd want in a vocal performance, without question.
Yeah, and my mother was my mother was just about to go, and so I just want to personally say thank you for giving me that, because it took me I wouldn't cry for a long time, and it was that moment that I heard it that was the first time that I let myself get there.
I'm so sorry that I'm so sorry you went through that, but I'm so glad there was a release. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's music helps with that.
It did,
and I
think that moment, I needed it so bad, and you were a part of it, and you don't even know. Well, now you do.
Oh, thank you. So I'm honored. That's really kind. Thank you. And really, I am so sorry. I knew you were going. I knew you were going through that right around I feel like it was around the time we did our podcast-ish time.
Yes.
Yeah. So I haven't spoken to you since, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Actually, Adrian was really supporting for you.
Good.
Both, so,
yeah.
He's great. Never leave.
Oh, he's awesome.
Never send him away.
Of course not. No.
But yeah. So I just want to, that was really it helped me a lot, and I think that if anything, right, if you helped one person, right? And you help more than one. But I think that's the goal of this whole, right? This especially this movement in particular. If you can help one person,
that's it.
It makes all the difference.
Yep, that's what I hope. That's what I hope for when I do anything at all, whether it's music, whether it's writing, whether it's teaching, performing, any manner of things. If there's someone there that can take something good or healing or something personal for themselves from it, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
It was just great. And then obviously like the characters in the story are also like
absolutely
just everything about what Zack was able to do. And I mean, obviously we heard today that there's a really big shakeup happening.
It's like I have this image.
That's interesting.
I remember seeing.
Yes,
this
I want to give you a hug.
Yeah. I remember seeing the comic a while back where there was a piece of food on the floor and there were all of these germs in the back, and the leader of the germs was going, wait, 5, 4, 3, not yet, and they were all like, yeah. And when this news dropped, it kind of felt like everybody was like, huh, it's like, wait, we don't know anything. We don't know anything.
I know.
Seismic shifts occurring, but just calm.
So I know. I'm like, so have we restored it yet? Or
that's what a lot of people are.
Do I get to be the guy again, please?
Can Ray be the guy again, please?
I have some ideas. I have some ideas for Darkseid.
I think it is counterproductive to not at least explore the idea.
I believe that, especially after what I've seen the last 3 or 4 years, that literally anything is possible. And for every time that someone has gone, nope, no way, it's like, I mean, the community. I don't like saying fandom. Even it's really a community.
It's a community. It is
a community of people. Achieved a hell of a lot in a relatively short amount of time, and for the most part did it with great positivity. And I think I've never given up hope about it, but I think it's going to be one of those kind of weird, like, no, it's not, yes it is, no it isn't, yes it is, kind of things. I don't think that you could at this point prognosticate, oh no, this is what's going to happen. I think anybody who says they know probably doesn't, because it's just so crazy.
It's up in the everything's in the air. Everything's just
and the way I see it
is to be grabbed.
From a consumer or from my own standpoint, it's like, do you really want to ask yourself 10 years from now, when there's no more possibility of it, right? It's gone. Everyone's too either older, and it just wouldn't make sense. Like that's a real issue though in life, right? We get older, and
I learned today that I'm a geriatric millennial.
Nice.
That's a thing.
Anyway. I have a really fun idea. Let's not talk about age.
I said, is it okay for me to be like Grandpa Simpson? Like old man yells at cloud. That's me from now on. Yeah.
I just want to be I want to be that guy. That's a paddling every.
But you best believe.
That's a paddling. The thing is, honestly, at this point, literally anything could happen.
Yeah.
So, in the meantime, if people can manage to keep it positive and try to at least give the illusion of politeness amongst each other, and keep giving money to AFSP, and keep doing these wonderful positive things, and keep making great art, and keep putting stuff on Ink to the People, and doing all of that stuff. I mean, I don't see any reason for this to stop or even slow down. Mm-hmm. Whether there's going to be a JL2 or not. Look what's been created. It's marvelous.
It is. I saw a beautiful. Zach shared it. I feel on Vero.
The Green Lantern thing.
Yes.
Yeah, De Trinti,
Very
the artist De Trinti, and I've seen some of that artist's other work, and it's absolutely incredible.
It's incredible.
And I'm so happy for Wayne. I'm so happy for Wayne because
Yeah.
I know what it feels like to be in something and then not.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
to see him being embraced by this community and to see all the excitement around it, he deserves it. And I'm so pleased for him.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Another Oregon Shakespeare Festival veteran. So that's
What the
me
heck?
and Ray and Wayne. Yes,
That's
something in the water
amazing.
up there.
I've been talking to all my friends. I was like, I'm meeting all these cool people, and they all also work in festivals. We're just getting ready to go do our summer. We're opening again.
I know.
This year.
I saw your post like by the water and about shows, and I started getting itchy. I started getting that summer theater itchy. Like, I want to be there.
Yep, we have our first day.
Oh.
Our first rehearsal day next Tuesday morning.
Oh, God.
I can't even believe it. People in a room making art together. Like I can't.
Right.
Come on.
And then we were at the theater. We were at the theater for Mortal Kombat, and there was little kids like having a birthday party, and the manager like caught me. So I was like looking out the window of the room, like at the kids running around, and like at a movie theater, you know, you would usually be like, all right, like quiet down. But I was just like in a trance, like, and he was like, yeah, I know, it's nice to see, right?
It's nice, yeah.
You take it. He's like, I would never thought that I would be open, like, or like, just took that, like that moment, like seeing those kids run around again, all together, you know, maybe not caring and like rubbing their nose and hitting each other. It's just
being
like,
the petri dishes that they are.
Yeah.
Licking the walls.
Yeah, exactly.
I had that on a train once. I was like, oh.
That's one less allergy. I said when my little boy was a baby, and you know, we would go to the supermarket and put him in the shopping cart little seat there, and he immediately put his mouth on the handle. His mother would be horrified, and I'm like, that right there is one less allergy. He might grow antlers, but he won't have allergies. Wow. Yeah.
But there used to be back in my day. So now that I'm a geriatric millennial, back in my day, and in the shopping carts, there used to be ashtrays. And I have a really vivid memory of my mom telling me not to play ashtrays.
I can remember sitting in my father's lap as he tied my shoe with a cigarette out the corner of his mouth, and I could feel the heat on my ear from the ember. It's like, you know, and then I grew up in a small town. Different time. We used to go wading in the creek downstream of the steel mill in the town where I grew up as a kid. I mean, I you know, God only knows. I probably got like 4 lungs or something.
It's all coming back to The Simpsons for me today. So it's like three-eyed fish is there.
Yeah, three-eyed blinky, exactly.
Yeah,
we were exposed to all sorts. Yes. But
I should let you guys get back to your chat. I have come in and taken. Are you sure?
Yeah, you can hang out. That was I told
First of all, but I did hear toenails on a hardwood floor a minute ago.
He was gonna come say hi. Do you want to bring Linkers over to say hi? Adam and Linkers, they're all ready.
I'm like so desperately in love with this dachshund. You've no idea.
He is also getting ready to go to the theater festival.
Oh man,
it's his favorite time. He gets to see.
I want to come up and play, man. I love it.
I know.
Oh
it's
my
really
God.
fun. The first show we're rehearsing is Nettie Norris Night, which is all traditional music too. He's your OCP.
Hello, friend. How's it going?
Hello. He's like,
hi. Hi, friend. How's it going?
Seeing if he's going to do some ASMR sniffing into the microphone.
Yes.
Hey, buddy.
I bet those ears are very velvety.
So velvety, and he smells like corn pops all the time.
Oh, what?
Yes, they do. They do smell like corn pops.
Really? That's a thing?
Yep.
It's their natural bacteria. Yeah.
Yes.
He's ready to go.
Which should make you question your breakfast cereal.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Why doesn't my dog smell like cereal?
Or Fritos. It depends.
Really, that's kind of between you and your God. And Allison, as a Canadian, will be able to understand when I say, because my son plays ice hockey, that I figured out that a hockey bag smells a lot like Satan ate an entire bag of corn nuts and then leaned in to give you a kiss.
It's a bad time. It's a bad time.
It's a bad time.
It's a bad time.
Hockey gear, there's
All
no
that gear.
smell like it.
Although, yeah, no.
Wow. Would knock a buzzard off an outhouse. Yeah, yikes.
So listen,
Where were we? Sorry.
No. So here's the thing. So Adrian asked me that he would like you guys. I don't know if this is like some sort of surprise that I'm about to ruin or something.
Okay. I don't think so. He surprised me.
He said he wanted you guys to perform together.
That would be amazing.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah, and he asked me, there's a problem with Zoom where there's a delay.
Yeah.
It's true.
So StreamYard does not have that delay. So there is a chance that we could make something work one day.
Well,
that would be really cool.
Do that at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that would be really cool. And or even if you guys just use StreamYard, that's an idea for you guys.
Okay, cool.
To make
that would
happen.
be super cool.
That would be super cool. Hey, at some point, could we cover Harris and the Mayor?
Yes. I don't know it.
You don't know that song? It's an old
Harris and the Mayor.
Harris and the Mayor. It's an old Stan Rogers tune.
Cool.
Tannehill Weavers did a cover of it a long time ago. It's a brilliant, wonderful song.
Awesome.
It would be, and I think it'd be fun with a male and female voice, actually.
Absolutely.
So,
I'm gonna write it down.
We are now as geographically far away from comic books as I think we can possibly be.
I'm sorry. I do tend to
remotely get.
No, please, I'm all over that.
Harris and the Mayor.
Harris and the Mayor by Stan Rogers. Give it a listen.
Cool.
And I'm not saying Stan Rogers because you're Canadian. I love Stan Rogers, and so
absolutely,
yeah,
cool.
And Poindexter Lounge says. Enosh is saying that it hasn't.
Hey,
but if, no. But so that here's the thing though is I personally put a delay on ours. Like I have it set up on YouTube, so there's a delay. But if you hit skip record, there's I don't think I've ever I've been. We've also tested it with not like a live broadcast, but like you hit skip and record and you don't broadcast to Facebook or YouTube, and you record it that way.
Okay.
It's a lot better than Zoom, and we have our meetings that way. And if there was a delay, that wouldn't, you know what I mean?
Well, we should also figure out like something we could act together. That would be sort of
would be really fun too.
Like
Absolutely.
Benedict scene or something like that. That would be kind of
Yes.
Poindexter Lounge. What's happening, us?
I mean, so he had the both of the Rays together. That's quite the feat.
Amazing.
That's quite a feat.
Porter and Fisher in the same room.
That's
right.
Again, another guy.
Ray Fisher also worked in the Shakespeare Festival. Yes.
Ray Fisher worked at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. Wayne T. Carr worked at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and I did. There's something in the water.
So awesome. Adrian, he's there. It would be very cool to get the Laravees.
It would be very cool to get the Laravees out. However, which Larave would you like? I have a 12 string.
Yes, that one.
I have a very pretty 12 string.
Now we're talking.
I have only a 6 string, so a 12 string would be
sweet.
Chef's kiss.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys are speaking literally a foreign language all of a sudden.
I have a 12 string currently in Dadgad.
Oh. Yeah.
What is that?
Did we skip?
No.
I
don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I said I have a 12 string currently in Dadgad.
That's awesome. Mine is currently an open A tuning, which is different. I'm trying.
Nice.
I'm doing some weird stuff.
my parlor size Larave is in an open C.
Oh, so, cool.
Yeah, we've been working on some Jonathan Britt tunes. So no, we're not going to play on this, but that's very cool of you to offer.
I was like, I'm not ready.
Allison,
and also it's stuck in a weird tuning.
Yeah, I'm not going to audition for Allison right now.
I would love that.
Oh, that's really great, Ray.
I have no projects. Yes.
Yeah.
I was in the musical. I think I maybe talked about this before. I was in the musical once. a couple years ago in St. John's, and I played Eamon, which is usually a dude, but it was me. I was the studio guy. And a lot of that show is in a lot of different tunings. So throughout the rehearsal, and I'm a somewhat aggressive player.
How many?
I broke a lot of strings.
Yeah,
11.
Nice. Yeah, that was my next question. How many strings?
So, one of my castmates took a bunch of the broken strings and made us all keychains. Anyways, but in the end, we ended up having extra guitars because the tuning down and up and down and up, it does over time. I could also play a little lighter, to be honest, but all that stuff after a while.
Eventually, you wear out strings, and it's not really healthy for the guitar to be constantly like switching around. I tend to
love it.
That's why you need more guitars. You need to go on Reverb and get some more guitars because they all have a
okay.
Yeah, I give you full permission to do that. Ray Fisher told me to buy a TV. I'm telling you to get another guitar.
I could use a 12-string actually. Now that you've brought it up, I'm like, 12-string.
Ooh, I have an 8-string Taylor. I have an 8-string Taylor baritone.
I've never seen an 8-string.
It's an 8-string baritone.
So the strings.
So it's a baritone guitar, but the two middle courses, the 3rd and 4th strings, are doubled. Just those two. It's the trippiest sounding thing you've ever heard. I'll send you an audio sample of it or something.
Do it.
Yeah,
there's what is it? I'm gonna say I believe it is called a banjo-tar, but it's a banjo in the tuning of a guitar, which is kind of awesome too. So if you know, I'm actually not sure of. Now I'm just getting into music nerd stuff, sorry, but I'm not sure entirely of the tuning of a banjo. I don't know what it is, but if you don't know it,
yeah. I mean, I know 5-string tuning because I have one, but I don't know. That would be really interesting.
Rude.
It's not rude. That was fun.
I know, but that's also why I said I was like, I hope I'm not ruining like some sort of like thing.
No, God, no.
Okay, no. I don't want to burn.
Not at all.
See, I don't want to burn any bridges.
It's a future
either.
thing.
I don't want to burn any bridges with my great friends, you know.
Not at all. No, it's wonderful.
You know, it is exciting. You were talking about those kids playing in the movie theater, and it is amazing seeing like things starting to slowly emerge, you know, from this long winter. And I read a news article saying that English, you know, people in the UK need to drink something like 142 pints to help keep pubs alive. And I'm like, put me on a plane. I am ready. I'm available.
That sounds lovely.
Willing to do my part.
Yes.
So,
for the good. You know, for the greater good.
The greater good. My local is the Riser in Berkhamsted, Hertfordshire.
Awesome.
And it's like the greatest pub that has ever been. And I want to go there and drink 142 pints.
That sounds good.
And fall right into the canal.
I wouldn't mind. One of my favorite things, and I know it's sort of, it's a little bit sacrilegious. Sorry, again, I'm back on The Simpsons. But
sacrilegious.
But there's a thing in Ireland. So there's like Guinness on tap, amazing. But there's extra cold Guinness on tap, and that's my favorite. And I know you're not really supposed to like it cold, but it's my favorite.
No, it's excellent. It's excellent. I'm a stout drinker. I don't do lagers, ales, any of that other stuff. IPAs, I just don't particularly care for it. But I'm all about the stouts, and they're doing stuff with. What are we talking about right now? Anyway,
beer now.
Beer now. I had a vanilla milkshake stout when I was in England that was just epic. Yeah,
that sounds amazing.
I want to go back and have some more of that, please.
There's one. There's a place here called the Bootleg Brewery, and they have one called I think it's Midnight Snack, and it's like a chocolate peanut butter.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yeah, well, you know, porter by name, porter by drink,
porter by beer. Yeah, good.
Yes. So there we are.
Like a Allison, let's go. Come on.
Exactly.
Should I already been?
Got nothing. It's really late.
How do you have a double bass just handy?
That's my cello. He's just hanging out.
Hello. All right.
I strung it the other day. So I've never. every time I put new strings on an instrument for the first time, I break something. Every time. It happened
Really?
first time I put strings on guitar. It happened the first time I put strings on a mandolin. My fiddle, the first time I strung, before I knew what I was doing.
Right.
Still tenuous at best. But I thought I snapped the bridge off of it, but it turns out it's the tension of the strings that keeps the bridge on. I know that now. But at first I was like, I broke everything. But that's why you do one string at a time. Anywho, so I did know what to do with this when I looked it up. But what I didn't know was that sometimes doing the A string. And there was like an extra, anyway, this is, again, music nerdy stuff. But there's like, you see, you put the strings in these holes here. And then this one, for some reason, had two, and I didn't realize that. I put one way too far over. I didn't undo the fine tune, and it was quite spectacular, actually. There's a lot of tension behind those very large strings. So,
yeah, my first resonator guitar, I had my first resonator guitar is a 1934 National Trojan wood body guitar. You don't string those like you do regular guitars. Because they've got that biscuit that sits on the cone, so you do the third and the fourth string first and work your way out. I didn't
Which
know
sounds
that.
delicious, by the way.
Yeah, right. It's yummy. It's a snack.
Cone.
But I did the first. I did the first through the six, and I was like, "This is wrong." And I took it to somebody, and they were like, "You restrung it, didn't you?" I was like, "Yeah." They were like,
I did.
No.
Yeah. Like there's no part of me, and I am so in awe of people that can tune pianos. It's a dangerous game.
I've always thought about that. I've always thought about that and harps. Like, how the hell,
I'm
anyway.
sorry, Tyler.
Can I?
Jesus, I'm sorry, dude.
I've gone off.
Adrian brought up onesies. Am I missing something?
Onesies.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I know
you're not missing something. This is for Enosh.
Yes, Enosh and Tiff have made onesies famous.
Oh,
please. I'm far away now.
That's why we're. Yes, onesies
Enosh,
and goodies.
Enosh, I promise I watched some of your shows. I don't know why I just sounded so dumb.
You may have missed the onesie episode.
Maybe I did.
This is actually just freshly washed, and Tiff was asking how they washed. It washed great, by the way. I tried it out on the line. Anyway.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Here we go. So this one isn't so much a onesie as it is an hoodie. And I got something in my
hoodie.
Yeah.
An hoodie.
So it's very large, very comfy. And you can, I feel like I'm doing a commercial for hoodie right now, and I'm not. Yeah, hashtag non-spons. But like, it's great. It's a good time. So anyway. Hello, internet.
That's gonna be a
still on it. Still on it.
We're gonna make that a meme. We're gonna make that a meme or something.
I made choices.
I feel like right now I'm gonna wake up in my car somewhere and be like, "What the hell? This is the weirdest dream I've ever had."
I said someone commented on the fact that this still feels like a hallucination, but someone said they say your name at the beginning of Army of the Dead. I was like, yeah, I know. It's crazy. Every time I kind of heard the demos as we went along, I was like, that's a nice thing, but they're definitely going to take it out. And I was like, that's nice. They're definitely going to take it out, though. Like, that's just a funny joke for us. Turns out they kept it. So someone's like, wow. I was like, yeah, I actually didn't think it was real until someone else said it.
Yeah. Someone clipped it for me because I refused to watch the 15 minutes.
I'm saving it. I'm waiting until.
I understand. I have friends doing the same thing.
Yeah. Like Netflix reached out and was like, I think your audience would like this. Like, here, can you promote it? I was like, yeah, but like I in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to watch that. And then I was like, can someone just clip that for me? So because I can hear it. That's not an issue. And you did amazing.
Oh, thanks. It was so much fun. Isn't Richard Cheese awesome?
Very, very good.
So I was a big fan of Dawn of the Dead already, like from when it came out. So working with Zack at all is incredible because I'm it's wild, and I'm a big horror movie person in general.
Yeah.
All of them. All of them. And yeah, so I was actually, before this even came up, I had just been talking to someone about his Down with the Sickness cover.
Oh, yeah.
And it came up, I was like, I was just talking about this guy. And turns out he's really nice and funny and fun. We'd have, chatting about what we were going to do, sort of back and forth a little bit. So good times. He sent me a mask that says "Not Down with the Sickness."
I can remember doing script readings with him and Chris Terrio and Deb, and Zach, a little like you and I, you just start riffing on things, and Deb very gently chiming in, going, "Hey, maybe we can get back on task now." And it's like, yeah, okay,
just like, and focusing.
Back in the room. Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too. It's
okay.
That's a lifelong thing.
That's actually a good.
Like reading James Joyce. It's like, what subject? I don't know. Through line.
Where am I right now?
Yeah,
you seem nice. Yeah,
that's actually a good question for each of you to answer in your own way.
Sure.
What was your favorite moment, or do you have a funny story of working directly with Zach that you could share, or something that really sticks out or embodies him as a person for you? Because we hear great things about his sets, right? His sets are, when you go there, there's a love and openness to it, and it's unlike other sets.
It's true.
It's
just
true.
Different. So do you have any specific examples that really catches and embodies who Zach is directly working with him?
I think I can immediately think of two, but I'll let you go first.
Go for it.
Okay.
No.
He really, and I feel like I talked about this particular moment, but from a different perspective before when I did the nod thing. Did I talk to you about that when I gave Henry the Newfoundland?
Oh, yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In that moment, in that same one where I was just kind of doing this. So I have a lazy eye, as it turns out. I'm still turning. I know I've had it my whole life. I was born with it. Sometimes I cross my eyes all the time. It happens all the time.
Okay.
And Zach so kindly and so gently said, "Okay, that was really great. You crossed your eyes." I was like, yes, I'm so sorry. That does happen. And then one other funny thing, I got a call, and it was from California. He's like, "Allison, it's Zach." I was like, "I know." I'm like, nobody else calls me from California. He's like, "What do you mean? People are calling you all the time." I'm like, "You're literally the only one." Thank you. I just thought that was fun. But yeah.
Oh my God, I just laughed far too hard about that.
Yeah.
Because you're still coy, very. It's we all have our thing, right? We all have our yeah. So the way you nonchalantly this is what I have, and he was just like, "Hey, great, good job."
Just
that's amazing.
He's like, "That was really good. Blah, blah, blah. You cross your eyes a little bit." Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
that does happen at times. Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know. I mean, for me, it was at first doing the readings, because he preferred he likes to hear it rather than just sit and read it. It's a different experience when you hear it. I'm glad, because that's how I make money as an audiobook narrator. It's hearing text, read aloud. Anyway, he found out that I narrate audiobooks, and so he was like, "Hey, come in and read the scripts out loud." Okay, cool. And then they would bring in actors who were living in London at the time to fill out the various parts and stuff like that. And we would do these readings. And there was literally one day, I can't remember if it was in the office or in the hallway even, but he was like, "Hey, could you do a voice for this character?" I was like, yeah, and I tried something. He was like, "Cool," and he walked away, and I didn't think anything of it. It was 2 weeks later. It was like, "Oh, I'm playing Darkseid. Okay, cool."
Just casual.
And then on the set, just this constant flow of this. It's very up energy. Everybody's very into it, and and very sort of free, like, try this thing. Okay, try this thing. All right, and leaving it up to me to kind of create or to do things. And I mean, he's still very much the boss. He's the director. He's, man in charge. But he gives you room to play. He makes a safe space for you to play, and then asks you to play. And it's wonderful that way.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And he was asking me to
stuff
ad-lib
too.
stuff at Steppenwolf, and I said some shit that I hope no one ever hears. Darkseid just,
has some collateral over me. It's good times.
I'm just improving lines at Steppenwolf and like what would I say to him, and a lot of it was quite stupid, but he preserved the good stuff, and so I was glad. Of that. But yeah, it's you're immediately at ease. You feel safe. It's the greatest gift any director can give to anyone is that safety. And I think I stand with a whole host of people who would work for Zack under any damn circumstance, anytime.
100%. That's, sometimes musically I'll say a bunch of stuff and he'll be like, sure. Try it, it's so open and that is such an awesome sort of, you do get to some pretty cool places with that sort of freedom, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And in respect to that feeling, right? So it's kind of poetic in a way, because you say that Zack allows you to express yourself, be creative, work your magic in the sense that you're the artist or you're the actor, right? This is supposed to be a place where you're free to stretch those muscles. And it's kind of poetic in a sense that maybe at a time where he wasn't
I know what you're saying.
Given that opportunity,
that freedom himself.
He answered being hobbled and thwarted at almost every turn by turning around and giving the people working for him absolute freedom, and the belief that he approved of their exploration.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's says so much about him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It does.
Absolutely.
It's almost like he took it on the chin and was like, they'll never know. Like, or let's not, like, we need them to.
Yeah, he's protecting his people,
Yep.
That's why I admire him as a man, as an artist, as whatever.
Yeah.
I'd walk through fire for that guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Same.
We gotta get you guys. We gotta get you in the Army of the Dead sequel or something, Ray.
Yeah.
I'm available. Yes, please.
I feel strange having very serious conversations dressed as a large blue otter.
Oh no! I think you can wear that for any serious conversation from now on. Wonder Meg, hello friend, how are you?
Hello.
Yay!
But I do think that any serious conversation you have to wear that now.
it calls for it. I feel
absolutely. If you get pulled over, be like, hold on, I just got to put this on. All right, yes. What was it, officer? Sorry,
I'm innocent.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know if you remember this, Ray, but in our first talk,
yes,
the co-host, ironically, his name's Justice, and he had said that you, what is it? You embody godlike beings, or and you were like, oh great, next time I get pulled over, I'll use that excuse. No, officer, I embody godlike beings.
Yeah,
I will judge you. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean I was speeding? I've turned 100,000 worlds to dust. Why are you? Stop it! Why am I?
You will get back in your car. Now it's the force thing. Yeah.
These aren't the actors you're looking for.
Yeah.
You can drive home now.
So is there anything in the works that you guys can talk about like publicly besides Army, not Army of the Dead, obviously, Allison. I'm not trying to kill you here. But what
I haven't seen it. I can't possibly spoil it, so I'm excited.
What's next? What's next for Ray Porter? What's next for Allison Crowe on the line?
Well, I'm going up to Canada to work at a theater festival. No, I wish I was.
Oh.
I wish I
I was like, really?
yeah. Surprise! I'm coming over.
Yeah, so
Warm up the Dockland. I'll be there. Audio stuff, doing some vocal stuff. I have a gig coming up this Friday that's interesting, and I'll be able to talk about it later on.
Yeah.
It's very amusing.
fun.
Yes. Audiobook just released, Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary, that I narrated. That he's the guy who did The Martian and Artemis.
Oh, I love The Martian.
Yeah. Book's
Yeah.
called Project Hail Mary, available on
Project
Audible.
Hail Mary. Sweet.
Yes. And just stuff like that. And then I'm readying The Armada, as Samuel
Like you
said,
would.
it keeps you pretty busy, really.
It takes time.
Well, everybody, the problem is everybody wants a hot lunch, and I signed
Yeah.
contract with the Parademons. It just
Hey,
anyway.
you got to use the old ways,
Yeah,
they're not as
you gotta
fast
use
as the
them.
new
And
ones.
The reason why Darkseid's in such a bad mood is just all these, requests from there.
Yeah, you gotta.
Um,
That's what you got Granny around for, is to
Yeah.
Granny
delegate.
goodness,
You gotta delegate as a leader.
yeah, no,
right?
she's in HR. So
Oh my
And I just
God.
pictured it as The Office.
I know, right? Exactly. Imagine Darkseid, like, yeah, if you could maybe destroy another 50,000 worlds, that'd be great.
That'd be great. That'd be great. But
That would be a weird sort of, Ron Livingston's around.
yeah,
yeah.
actually, you know what I did forget before Allison, before you go.
It's all good.
So how did you guys feel about the ending of Zack Snyder's Justice League with the Joker and the nightmare sequence? Because a lot of people they slept, to use a new phrase, like a new world phrase,
They slept
new kid
on it.
phrase. They slept on Jared Leto's Joker. The tension between Ben Affleck's Batman and Jared Leto's Joker, when they do the stare down, there was two moments where I was really felt emotional, and that was when Ray is doing the strive across the bones speech, and then that moment with the Joker and Batman. So did you guys get the same kind of?
Yeah, and I want
Yeah.
more. I want to see
more.
Yeah, I want more.
There needs to be more of that.
There needs to be
That
more,
duo.
more of that,
Yeah.
please. Yes,
and
absolutely.
and the fact that was filmed in what some mere hours, and just like, all right, let's do that. Let's put that at the end, right?
Yeah.
It was truly.
And he
amazing.
improvised a lot of those lines, I think, too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is also incredible. There you go. There's another example
Yeah,
of Zach being wicked. Yeah.
and I admire him so much as an actor, Jared Leto. He's so incredible.
Have you ever got the chance to be around him at all?
I have not,
Yeah,
and I would like to at some point. I just think he's such a terrific actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like people are like I said, with the Joker, with whatever happened with the Suicide Squad, it's like they didn't understand they took that as at face value. It's like, well, no, he wasn't good at being the Joker. No, that's not the case at all.
Comic
That's
book
not the case
movies
at all.
I've learned comic book movies are kind of tough because you've got people dealing with I just DM'd you the onesie pic.
I'm a little bit nervous about
Maybe
that.
that shouldn't have gone out on the air. I'm thinking
That's supposed to be DM. No,
Oops.
that's amazing.
But comic book movies are a little odd in that way because there are people who really feel fundamentally connected and they have a sense of ownership over their experience with comics coming up. And so you'll have people making the argument that's not canon, that's not right, that's not what I know, and other people like no, it's cool, it's an interesting, but it can be tough to bring something new to the table when people feel such allegiance, rightfully so, and such ownership over their experience with comic books up to that point. It can be very difficult. So I'm not sure if people necessarily slept on his performance so much as it was like, huh? You know, it was completely out of
Yeah.
left field, you know,
Yeah.
for many people. And
Yeah.
so they maybe didn't fully appreciate it in the way. And that was part of the reason why I enjoyed it so much at the end of Justice League, is that you're seeing further development and further fruition
Yeah.
of that
Yeah, for
particular
sure.
arc. And I want to see more of it.
Yeah,
You know?
me too.
For sure.
Yeah.
And Deb said something. I think she was on Lightcast, if I'm not mistaken, when
Okay.
she said this. But she was talking about how like a lot of Zach's films audiences weren't ready for, and in a way, right? It's almost like, and this is not. I'm not talking about Suicide Squad, obviously here. But it seems like, I don't know if coming off of Heath Ledger, people were ready for Jared Leto's style yet. But I think now, after seeing him in the Snydercut, people like really like were like, wait a second, okay,
Mhm.
maybe there is something there. And because I mean, I got chills, honestly.
My hope is that there will be a lot more latitude allowed within this world. You know, it's funny how every time a new Batman is announced, a new actor playing Batman, there's always this funny sort of backlash, and they always seem to do great.
There's an adjustment period.
There's an adjustment period
every time.
Yeah, people need to like get their heads around it, but you know, you know, people get very up in arms and angry about it. It's like, well, just wait, just give it a minute.
Yep.
You know, it'll be okay. And I think that we're starting to see that there's a bit more latitude within that. And I hope that there's more of that allowed, because that opens the doors to creative avenues that maybe haven't been necessarily explored for fear of moving off of, you know, that line of, you know, gospel. This is what this is. And you need to be able to explore. I mean, for God's sakes, it's what comic book artists and writers have been doing for generations. I mean, look at how many times a certain character has been, you know, what's the term, retconned. And it's welcomed, it's made legitimate. It's like, no, that's what that is now. I mean, just trying to chart Darkseid. There it is. There's the onesie.
Is that a sloth or a little bear?
I'm not sure entirely.
I love it.
Or a glow. Is that
I am so sorry that I just interrupted you like that.
No, it's fine. I was just dropping some profound shit, but please.
Whatever.
That's why. In a onesie.
That's why I
also profound.
Immediately regretted it.
But as I speak more about latitude, there it is.
No, I agree with
one
you.
of my favorite, and I don't know what this is. I don't know a whole lot, but years and years ago, I read a Batman vampire novel, and it was awesome. I don't know. And I was like, maybe I don't know. Should I find that awesome? But I do find it awesome. I don't know what to do.
See, again, this is
it was a really interesting take. I don't know.
This has been my whole sort of thing since the beginning of this, since I sort of was brought into this world. It's just let people like what they like.
Yeah.
Why does it hurt to let other people like what they like? For God's sake. You know, come on. So
I think that was. Yeah.
I was gonna ask which one you were talking about, because I love
the internet, man. You drop anything.
It was real dark.
It was real dark.
Super
real
cool.
dark.
That's actually cool. The thing about I forget which time it happened, but Darkseid like put Batman in a bunch of different places. Like he like spread him across.
Yeah.
Whatever, and that led to some cool moments.
That was the thing I was saying about Darkseid, was just, you know, when I went, oh geez, I really probably should educate myself, because I'm going to be getting asked questions I don't know the answer for. So I'm like studying, trying to find a through line with this character, because Darkseid has gone through so many changes and been through so many different things since Jack Kirby created him. I am the worst selfie taker on the planet. They look great. I don't know what the hell is happening to me there. But,
you look fine. I've heard you.
It was awesome.
About
the moment.
Picture.
I look like a crash test dummy at the moment of impact.
You just, you know what it is? I think you're self-conscious without the beard.
I'm just self-conscious anyway.
Oh, you should not be. You should not.
Dude, please.
You're
I only grew the
amazing.
beard because I can't put pillows back in their pillowcases without it. I have no chin. So, it's
I was like,
Do the math. Yeah, I'll wait.
Good times.
I did that. That was
Awesome.
something I did in the mocap suit, although I'm pretty much convinced that Richard Citrone came in afterwards and made it look good and did it himself. But Kieran and I did do mocap stuff.
Oh, look
but
at it. That's wicked.
I think it, I've been saying forever, people are, did you do mocap? I'm like, yes, but if it looks good, it was Richard Citrone. So
Yeah, I think so you picked up the dirt. You did all that
I did.
stuff actually. But you're just saying you besides the action sequences that
the fight stuff I was not involved in. I did all the vocal stuff, everything you hear, Uxas, all those. That was a fun day in a studio in London going
yeah.
I mean, I did the whole, jump off of a platform and run. I got to do the superhero land thing. I did that.
That's awesome.
Running my hand through this, dirt and looking at the dirt and everything, and then swinging a broomstick, basically, as the axe. But looking at it, I'm like, yeah, he probably had Citrone do that, make it look a little bit better.
Yeah. Can I ask you? I almost just asked you. Can I ask you a question? Even though, what have we been doing this whole time?
No, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
So Disney now is using something called the volume, and basically, I'm sure you've heard of it. The volume? No. It's how they filmed The Mandalorian.
Right. Got it. Oh. Yes.
Which is so instead of like green screens.
It's cool.
Yeah. Instead of green screens, you're in real time. What it does is basically create. It allows post-production to be involved in filming and
it's like a psych. It's like a psych where they're showing, so if there's mountains over this person's shoulder, there's actually mountains on this screen around, so you actually see that image.
Yeah.
Like
now, so and they combine.
That's really cool.
It's like a little bit of a combination of that, the giant dome of basically putting you in the place. So no more imagining. First off, and then there's practical effects as well. They were doing like a little documentary about it, and they said sometimes you couldn't even tell where the practical ended and where the virtual begins.
The thing is, technology is changing so fast. I've had people ask me when I did the face capture with Kieran and with Peter if I had to have the little dots all over my face. No, I did not. I just had a camera on my face with a really bright light shining in my eyes, and they did. When I did I turned 100,000 worlds to dust. Zach asked me to record it, and actually I put my iPhone on a clip just on my face and read my lines or said my lines to the camera on my phone. I'm like, do you need me to shave my beard? He was like, no. And I did, and they were able to work it in. I mean, the VFX people,
amazing.
Hats off.
That's amazing. But so basically the point of that, and that, the VFX is like, it totally blows my mind. Like how that all happens. But imagine, okay, right. Let's say we live in the multiverse world where Justice League 2 happens, and potentially instead of you doing whatever you did for the first one, you're inside this like world where you can act. You don't have to imagine it anymore.
No.
Right?
Yeah, it would be really cool. I mean, except for the fact that what the VFX artists were able to make.
Sorry, it's Alexa. Alexa, stop. She's reminding me to give my dog his medication.
I love it.
Alexa, play Despacito.
You're in here. It's okay.
Imagine.
Except in the case of Darkseid, where the character is CGI, is VFX. So short of me tromping around in a rubber suit, which wouldn't end well for anyone. I wonder, I mean, I'm sure they can make it work. I mean, Enosh just pointed out Zach is, going to try stagecraft. The thing is, this stuff changes so quickly, and there's almost exponential increase in the ability to employ these effects for film. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
Every time you see a new technology, there's another one already in the wings, rendering that one almost obsolete. It's really cool.
I like, for me at least, thinking about it, I feel like it would just like when you're I mean, I don't know personally, but like I can imagine, like you see the set photos where the Justice League's all suited up, and
Yes.
around them is just a bunch of green, and you're like, then you start asking yourself, like, I wonder how they like picture it in their head, like how do they get into character like that? And that's what's always like,
well, for an actor like
that.
Yeah, for an actor, I mean, there's, they'll hang a tennis ball, or they'll, say, look at the end of this C stand that's sticking out, and that's your eye line for when you're talking to that character.
Yeah.
And you do it, and then they sort of fill it in and inform it. I forget what they had the League looking at when they were looking at me through the boom tube.
Yeah.
But
that would actually be a really good point.
But I remember for me, I was looking at essentially the end of a C stand, and that was, it was placed a little bit lower. That and Zach rolling a thing at my feet, and then I catching it with my feet and stomping on it. It was like, don't screw this up. Steppenwolf's head, and I was like, oh God, I think it was like a volleyball or something at first. Don't miss. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like, oh no. Oh look, there's another one. Sorry.
It's definitely those are like legitimately came on there. Those legitimately came on that.
No, I had it hung out on my laundry line.
Oh, okay.
And I thought I got them all, but I did not. I'm glad I didn't fall asleep on that. That would have been uncomfortable.
That's good.
I love that.
I should actually go give my dog his pills.
It's okay.
We'll give your dog the pills.
We're probably gonna wrap up in a minute anyway. So
okay, well, thank you so much for allowing me to stick around and have a chat. I know that I do.
Just to hang out was so great.
Yeah, it's so nice to see you again, and both of you. It's so nice.
Of course. That's the point of this. This thing that we do personally is I was saying it to someone earlier. Is like, look who I get to bring together for not one time, but 2 times. It's a good feeling. It is.
Well, it's super cool for me, for sure.
I feel kind of bad for you. It's like the two of us like just get going on like music stuff and just ridiculousness. And I was like, sorry, we are on your show. I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
Hi.
It used to be reflected in my report cards when I was a kid. And now it's my job.
You thought that you and citizenship meant unbelievable.
That was by the way, for one-liners, that's a win right there. That was a great one. You're reflecting my report cards.
That goes on your permanent record.
No, thank you, Allison.
Thank you so much.
And you can
go drug your dog.
Yeah, you can follow Allison at
lovely to see you guys. Good night.
Crow.
Bye.
I'm gonna try and leave this time. Remember how I couldn't last time?
I remember how awkward it was. Yes. Bye. Oh, she's gone.
I removed her so she wouldn't have that issue.
All right.
But now I got to get our name tags off here.
Now there's something in my eyes. Hello.
No, Ray, but as always, man, I
Thank
always
you so much.
appreciate it.
Yeah, this was great. Thanks a lot. I appreciate
talking to you guys really, like, it's just, it's what makes all of this worth it. And I'm looking forward to what you do next, and
thank you.
And where this life takes us. Hopefully, hopefully one day there is a world that we get to talk about future Darkseid stuff.
Absolutely.
But for now,
you're
up there in the ranks with the greatest of all times, Andre Brower.
And it's a privilege to be so, an honor.
I mean, Michael Ironside. What is it? Michael Ironside, Andre Brower, and then Tony Todd.
And Jonathan Adams.
Yes.
Who also acted at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, believe it or not.
You guys are all just
in the water up there, man.
There's literally something in the water.
There is. I am looking forward very much to cons happening again.
Yes.
Because I want to shake people's hands and look people in the eye and say thank you.
Yeah. So, I'll definitely I mean, the first one you're at, in the first one, like, there's a multitudes of people at. I'm for sure going to be there because it's going to be a good feeling, and I look forward to shaking your hand one day. And,
definitely, my friend,
and
definitely.
Without a mask on.
Yes, won't that be fun?
But But yeah, so Ray, you guys can follow Ray at Ray_Porter, all the Twitters and the other stuff, and then also donate to AFSP.
Please donate to AFSP. Let's keep this going. There's no reason for this to slow down or stop.
Yeah, the links are below, and like
and
Ray
more than that, you know, let's keep this community going. Let's keep the celebration going. Keep the positivity up, and don't lose hope. Hope, Alfred. Hope.
Could you do me a favor?
What?
Could you take us out with the we do it for you, we do it for the culture?
We do it for you. We do it for the culture.
How's that?
It was great, by the way. I gotta say that now, but yes, great stuff.